Alright guys, I'll be giving you guys a speech about true crime podcasts, the rise of true crime podcasts, and their cultural impact. My purpose of this is to inform my audience about the growth of true crime podcasts and how they've impacted pop culture. I want my audience to understand why true crime podcasts are so popular and recognize their influence on society and media. True crime podcasts have surged in popularity over the past decade, significantly impacting how people engage with crime stories, shaping public interests in criminal justice, and raising important ethical questions. Imagine folding laundry while listening to a story about a gruesome murder. You're not alone. Millions of people consume true crime podcasts daily, often while doing everyday tasks. Today, I'll explore how true crime podcasts have become a cultural phenomenon, why we're so captivated by them, and what effects they've had in society. I'm excited to share what I've learned today. So, true crime podcasts have risen dramatically in popularity, and today I'll explain their origins and growth and the psychological reasons behind their appeal and their broader cultural influence. So, first point, true crime podcasts have experienced explosive growth since the early 2010s. The 2014 podcast Serial sparked the true crime podcast boom. Serial was downloaded over 300 million times and brought mainstream attention to podcasting. It introduced long-form crime storytelling to the audience. It opened the door for dozens of other crime-focused shows. Platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcasts have helped this genre grow tremendously. As of 2023, there are over 3,000 active true crime podcasts. Many feature professional journalists, ex-law enforcement, and survivors. Audience engagement with true crime continues to rise. According to CQ researcher, true crime is one of the most consumed podcast genres in the US. This genre appeals to a diverse, mostly female audience. Podcasts provide a unique combination of suspense and accessibility. True crime podcasts often build strong listener communities as well as emotional connections. Many fans engage beyond just listening. They participate online, such as like discussions, forums, and just social media in general. Podcasts host frequent interactions with listeners through questions and answers, live shows, and even merchandise. Now that we've looked at how true crime podcasts grew, let's explore why people are so drawn to them. True crime podcasts appeal to listeners for psychological and emotional reasons. Humans are wired to be curious about danger. Psychologist Amanda Vicari explains that true crime satisfies a curiosity that we have about all these things and threats possibly that could happen to you. This can create a sense of preparedness or control. It taps into the fight or flight mode, part of the brain, but safely. Listeners also enjoy solving the mystery themselves. Podcasts create interactive experience, such as like playing detective. Suspenseful storytelling builds the investment for that. Some listeners feel a sense of justice or advocacy. Shows just like Crime Junkie often feature unsolved or cold cases. They raise awareness and sometimes help generate new leads. This gives listeners feeling like they're helping the victims in some sort. The emotional connection increases listener loyalty. According to a study by Edison Research, loyal listeners spend 4+ hours a week with these shows. Many even attend live shows or buy merchandise. While this genre fascinates many, its popularity hasn't come without consequences. True crime podcasts have been notable effects on our culture, both positive and problematic. They have shaped public awareness of the criminal justice system. Podcasts have highlighted issues like wrongful convictions and racial bias. The show Serial led to renewed legal proceedings for Adam Sneed. Some podcasts support reform initiatives and nonprofits. Some listeners may become more informed citizens. Exposure to real cases increases knowledge of law and procedure. Some even pursue careers in criminal justice or forensic science. Ethical concerns are also rising. Critics argue that some shows exploit victims for entertainment. The families of these victims often object. The storytelling of these cases. Misinformation can spread when podcasters, lack journalistic training. These concerns raise questions about accountability. Are creators telling these stories responsibly? And should there be ethical standards for podcast journalism? And to conclude this, true crime podcasts have become one of the most influential audio genres today. We've explored their rise in popularity, psychological appeal, and cultural impact, both good and bad. Whether you're a casual listener or true crime fanatics, understanding why we love these stories can help us think more critically about the media that we consume. So next time you hit play on a chilling episode, ask yourself, am I just being entertained or am I part of something bigger? And that is it.